In this section, we're going to be talking about surface area. And surface area is just the outside of a figure, all sides, as if, like for instance, as if you had a small box and you were going to paint the entire outside of it, the top, the bottom, the sides, the front and the back. That would be the surface area. And this is really just a bunch of formulas. So as we go through here, I'm going to give you the formula for each particular figure, and we're just going to follow the formulas. So first of all, it says find the surface area of this object. And so we have to know what object this is. This is a cube. And the formula for finding the surface area of a cube is 6 times the side squared. So whenever I find my surface area, it's going to be 6 times the side, which in this case is 12, squared. So I would need to square the 12 first, so that would be 6 times 144. And then 6 times 144 is 864, and this would be centimeters, because that's the units we're working with, squared. Surface area and area both always have square units. Alright, our next figure here is a right circular cylinder, and the surface area formula for this is surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. So now it just becomes a plug and chug. So that would be 2 times pi times the radius in this case is 3 centimeters. So we're going to square that, plus 2 pi. Again, the radius is 3 centimeters, and the height of this cylinder is 17. So now it becomes an order of operations problem. So we would have 2 pi times 9 plus 2 pi times 3 times 17 would be 51. And now multiplying 2 times 9, we'd get 18 pi plus 2 times 51 would be 102 pi. And when we add those two together, we should get 120 pi. And our units here again are centimeters squared. Alright, and here we come to a rectangular prism. And our surface area for this, which would be kind of like looking at that box that we were talking about, our surface area formula is 2 times the length times the width plus 2 times the width times the height plus 2 times the length times the height. So this would be 2 times the length here is 6 and the width is 4 plus 2 times the width is 4 and the height in this case is 3 plus 2 times the length again was 6 and the height again was 3. So again, once we've put in all of our information, it just becomes an order of operations problem. So 2 times 6 times 4 is 48, plus 2 times 4 times 3 would be 24, plus 2 times 6 times 3 would be 36. So when we add those all together, we get 108 centimeters squared for our surface area. Alright, two more of these. Here we have a sphere, and our surface area formula for a sphere is 4 pi r squared. So this would be 4 pi. The radius here in this case is 12. So we would need to square that. So that would be 4 pi. 12 squared is 144. Times 4 would be 576 pi. And again, those are centimeters squared. And then lastly, we have our cone. And in order for us to find the surface area of the cone, we have to know this side here, because this is going to be our height of our cone, not just straight up and down from the middle, but along the side here. So we need to figure this out first. Well, if you'll think about it, what we have right here is a right triangle that's formed by that altitude and that radius. So we know that 3 squared plus 4 squared has to equal the hypotenuse squared, which means 9 plus 16 has to equal c squared, and 9 plus 16 is 25. So that means that our C side there has to be 5 centimeters. And once we know that, now we can go ahead and we can use our formula for surface area. So surface area formula is pi r squared plus pi r h. So let's see, what's the radius here again? They told us it was 4 centimeters. So we're going to plug that in to the r, plus pi times, in place of r we're using 4, and in place of h we're using that lateral height of the cone there, which would be 5. So we would have 16 pi plus 4 times 5 would be 20 pi, for a total of 36 pi square centimeters.